Good morning. I'm Steve Jurins with your live Northeast Radio SD News for Thursday, March 12th, 2026. Your news this hour is brought to you by Taylor Automotive in Webster, South Dakota. Cruise through brand new, certified used, and premium classic vehicles online at HalerAuto.com. World-class service, hometown friendliness. The South Dakota House has effectively killed a measure that would have made it easier for voters to challenge local government decisions. In a 40-27 vote, lawmakers declined to move forward with House Bill 1323, ending its path for the 2026 session. Introduced by Representative Aaron Allward, the bill sought to lower the signature requirements for referendums in county, cities, and school districts. For large school districts like Sioux Falls and Rapid City, it would have capped the required number of signatures at 2,500. Supporters argue that the current system is unrealistic for citizens in large districts to navigate. However, opponents slam the bill as a targeted attack on the state's largest school boards. Representative Greg Jameson warned that the 2,500 signature cap isolated specific cities and could have a stifling effect on local governance. Other lawmakers noted they have seen similar versions of this bill multiple times this session, with Representative Lana Greenfield suggesting the idea had been, quote, disguised and hidden inside other legislation. The South Dakota Board of Economic Development has approved funding for three major agricultural projects set to bring over $136 million in capital investment to the state. Governor Larry Roden says these initiatives are vital to community stability and the growth of the state's number one industry. The largest slice of funding is a nearly $1.5 million grant for Dakota Ethanol in Wentworth. This investment will add 4 new fermentation tanks and infrastructure to boost production to 150 million gallons annually. In Fulton, Agtegra Cooperative received over $250,000 to construct a new 100,000 ton per year feed mill to support regional swine and poultry operations. Agtegra also secured additional grant funding to double its fertilizer output through expansions in Ipswich, Bath, Kennebec, and McLaughlin. GOED Commissioner Bill Even noted that these projects reinforce the state's value-added manufacturing sector and will create approximately 23 new jobs statewide. A major property tax relief plan is headed to Governor Larry Roden's desk following a narrow and heated 20-13 vote in South Dakota Senate. Senate Bill 245 creates a homeowner property tax reduction fund aimed specifically at owner-occupied single-family homes. The plan states with a $55.9 million transfer this July, then starting in 2027, it captures revenue from the state's expiring 0.3% sales tax reduction to fund ongoing relief. Supporters, including Senator Taffy Howard, argue that since the sales tax was already set to return to 4.5%, the revenue should be used to help homeowners struggling with rising valuations. However, the bill faces stiff criticism from those who call it a tax shift. Senator Chris Carr argued the state is, quote, picking winners and losers by excluding renters in the agricultural industry from relief. Senator Casey Crabtree added that the plan primarily benefits 1%ers with high-value homes while asking hardworking farmers and ranchers to foot the bill. Otter Tail Power customers will see a smaller increase in their electric bills than originally feared. The South Dakota Public Utilities Commission has approved a settlement that slashes the company's requested revenue increase by nearly $2.4 million. Under the new agreement, a typical residential customer will see a monthly bill increase of about $8.97, down from the $14.39 initially proposed. The settlement also rejected a controversial facilities charge. and capped the increase on the residential service charge to just $1. Because interim rates have been in place since December, the company has agreed to issue refunds to customers for the difference, including interest. As part of the deal, Otter Tail is now subject to a rate moratorium, meaning it cannot seek another base rate hike that would take effect before December 2029. PUC Chairman Chris Nelson praised the settlement, noting it balances the company's need for infrastructure investment with the need to protect South Dakota consumers from inflation. The new rates officially take effect on April 1st. Your news this hour is brought to you by Taylor Automotive in Webster, South Dakota. Cruise through brand new, certified used, and premium classic vehicles online at HalerAuto.com. World-class service, hometown friendliness. Read full in-depth stories online at NortheastRadioSD.com. If you enjoy our daily news recap podcast and live interview uploads, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, delivered straight to your inbox every morning at 6 a.m. And with today's local and state news from Northeast Radio SD Studios in Watertown, South Dakota, I'm Steve Jurens.